What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skyways of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And happy Monday to all of y'all. Hope y'all were able to enjoy your weekend. Hope everything went smooth. And honestly, I hope you got a short work week this week. I really do. And if you don't got a short work week this week, I hope your boss lets you go home early, like on a Wednesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, lets you enjoy the long weekend coming up. I'm speaking that into existence for you. I hate people having to work over weekends like that. But if you are working this weekend, hey, Godspeed, more power to you. Hope you're getting time and a half or at least double the pay, man. I'm just saying. But, guys, we're going into today's docket, Fresh Monday, new things coming up. And I saw an article that I'm not going to lie to y'all, does not make sense to me. Doesn't even, honestly, I don't get how we got here. But apparently, it wasn't even an article. It was actually a video speaking on this on YouTube and whatnot. I found it. I found it on Bleacher Report. But apparently, there's a rumor or a thought process going around that David Tepper might fire Dave Canales if they have a bad 2025 season. Now, look, first things first. One, we all know Canales is looking to build off of the way year one ended. It was a high and low for him, but it ended on a high positive note. And to be honest, he's going in the right direction. And he's looking to build on that heading into his second year. And most logical people like me, you, and everybody in the Panther Nation, and those who understand that Dave Canales is safe for 2025. He's pretty safe for 2025. His job is not in jeopardy to most opinions, but one person actually doesn't. So Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk on NBC feels that Canales is actually on the hot seat in terms of the five most notable coaches who are on the hot seat going into 2025. And here's what he had to say. Florio states, Dave Canales, number 5, the Panthers head coach entering year 3. If they have a disaster this year, I think David Tepper, in lieu of throwing a drink on a fan, may fill out a pink slip for Dave Canales if they have a disaster. And I know, maybe they will, I don't know. But I know this. There's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9 teams at the end of the year that the feeling is going to be, they sucked, and what are they going to do to get better? And if the Panthers fall into that band of teams, could they disband the coaching staff and David Tepper find somebody else?
Nani?
Oh my goodness. Now, I'm going to tell you, this doesn't make sense, bro. This makes absolutely no sense, and I don't know why. And truthfully, the reason why I believe Mike isn't fully aware of Carolina's situation, because off rip, the man said Canales is entering year 3. Now, if this was year 3, okay, you may have some iterations. Like if it was year 3 going into year 4, okay, you might have plausibility, but he's going only into his second year. Last year was the man's rookie year. And if you misspoke, hey, that happens. I've done it on this channel. I'm not going to sit there and harp on you. But if you are serious and you think Canales is going into year 3, that already tells me you're not even paying attention to the Panthers enough to know that, no, this is only his second year. He's just now building on the foundation. What do you think we've been doing? Like, I don't understand it, bro. I'm not picking up what you're putting down because coaching staff-wise, we had Frank Reich, kicked him out. Previous to that, it was Steve Wilkes. Previous to that, it was Matt Rule. And we had our interim to finish us out last year before Canales came in. So what? And Canales, we had an interim after Wright, but before Canales took over and had his first full season last year. So, bro, what are you talking about? That makes no sense. And then, 2, if Tepper were to fire this man, that would just reiterate what Panther Nation has been saying, and that we have no consistent foundation to build on. You're sitting there wanting this team to be great and wanting them to turn into a winning program, but if you're changing over coaches like you're changing over draws, you're not going to have it. The foundation is unstable. You can't build a great house on a rocky foundation. They teach you that in 101, man. What are we talking about? I don't get it. I don't get why this even became a thing. I don't get how he got this out and on NBC of all places, but then again, it's NBC Sports. I don't know, man. But this just solidifies that people don't take the Panthers seriously, and you're just throwing out willy-nilly information, and you just want something to get off the radar. Again, Canales, for what he did last year, for how unprecedented he handled everything, and for the Panthers to finish the way they did, that was the markings of a good head coach. That was the markings of a good foundation. That was the marking of a team going in the right direction. And if they continue to build off that, Canales is like, hey, yo, you know what? We're in a good spot. Now, if the Panthers do have a disastrous season, i.e. a Frank Reich, like we start 1-10 for some reason, that's how maybe. But Frank Reich was like a wild card of wild cards. Like start going 1-10, like that was just one of them things. Like, yeah, nah, ain't nothing consistent here. There's no hope. There's no chemistry. There's nothing there. If we have a disastrous season that isn't marred by injury, let's add that too. If we have a disastrous season where everybody's healthy, okay, heading into year 3, Canales is on the hot seat. But that's heading into year 3. Because it's like, all right, you're seeing the spurts, maybe head up, down, left, right, you know. That's how I feel. So I don't like it. I don't like this clip. I don't like this thought process. And quite frankly, I think it is very disingenuous. I think it doesn't make sense, even as I speak it. And I continue to just look at this quote. Like, I'm going to say this. I don't feel the Panthers are going to be one of those 6, 7, 8, 9 teams that say, oh, we sucked. I genuinely think the Panthers are going to be one of those teams where, hey, our record doesn't reflect how good we are. Just like the way we ended last year, our record does not reflect how good we truly are and truly can be. So that's my thought process going into this, man. Next, got to talk about this, man, because apparently it's time for agendas to be pushed. And the internet has begun to push agendas. And you want to know why, guys? This came across my Twitter feed, and I want y'all to see this, man, because this, to me, was wild. Oh! Is Jalen Hurts already a better quarterback than Cam Newton? Oh. All right. Like I said, the agendas have been pushed. Now, I can't say it's a bad agenda push. I really can't. Because Jalen has been balling out. I cannot say it's a bad agenda push. And so when I started to think about it, I was like, all right, let me go digging into the archives, digging into the records, and digging into the stats. And let's look at them. Best season for best season, because Cam's career is over. Jalen's is still going to come up. So right now, I can't go, obviously, Cam's entire career versus Jalen's like 4 to 5 seasons. So I just went with their statistical best seasons. And this is what I compared. Shockingly enough, Jalen's best season is actually 2022, not 2023 or 2024. Because 2022, he actually ended up finishing second in the MVP voting. 2023 was his, and he got to the Pro Bowl that year. 2023, he was only a Pro Bowler. And in 2024, we all know he just won the Super Bowl and whatnot. But that's why I'm picking 2022. I just want to let y'all know that now. So when we look at these numbers, passing yards, Cam has 38-37 to Jalen Hurts' 37-01. Pass completion, Jalen's the better with a 66.5 to Cam's 59.8. Passing TDs, 35 passing touchdowns for Cam to 22 to Jalen's 22. Jalen had fewer interceptions at 6 to Cam's 10. Jalen's pass rating was better at a 101.5 to Cam's 99.4. QBR was actually better too at a 68.3 to Cam's 61.4. Jalen actually had more rushing yards. This was the stat that actually shocked me the most. Jalen had more rushing yards than Cam's MVP season at 760 to Cam's 636. And then rushing TDs, Jalen had 13 to Cam's 10. And then team record-wise, Cam and the Panthers obviously finished 15-1. While Jalen had a record of 14-1, he actually did not play in 2 of the last 3 games down the stretch that year. So that's why it's 14-1 rather than like 14-3 or 16-1 or 15-2. So it's honestly a lot closer than you think. It's honestly a lot closer than you think. And then when you go into it and you look at the accolades and you look at it, Cam Newton, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro. He was on the first team that year. He's a 1-time league MVP and a former Rookie of the Year. While as Jalen Hurts, as of right now, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler. He is a 1-time All-Pro, albeit it was on second team, but that's still a major accomplishment, so I had to highlight it. He is the reigning Super Bowl champ and the reigning Super Bowl MVP. So, the question comes, is Jalen Hurts better than Cam Newton? And honestly, I'm going to say this. Jalen Hurts, and this is also encompassing all their stats. Jalen Hurts is a better passer in terms of completion percentage and touchdown to interception ratio. Every season, Jalen Hurts only had one season where he had more than 10 interceptions. Cam Newton, he's had 10 interceptions every season, with the exception of his last year because he had only 4 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He didn't play much. So Cam's always thrown double-digit interceptions. Jalen has not. So in terms of completion percentage and touchdown to pass ratio, Jalen has Cam beat. Now, I do think Cam Newton is a more dangerous dual threat quarterback because I do think his passing ability was slept on. Was it the most accurate? No. But I do think it is slept on, and we all know what he can do running. And teams game plan for both his passing and his running more than they do for Jalen. Also, we do have to take into account Jalen has a better O-line, has a better O-line now than Cam honestly ever did. And Cam never had the likes of an A.J. Brown and a Devontae Smith in their prime, as well as a Christian McCaffrey, as well as a Saquon Barkley, all at the same time. He has it, but we're talking about 22 Jalen, so I gotta keep Saquon out of that. Overall, my verdict is this. Right now, Jalen's not better, but if he continues at this rate, it's going to be a no-brainer. Jalen's going to be better than Cam Newton. I know some of you are going to be shocked by that, but when it's all said and done, at this rate, Jalen is going to be better than Cam Newton in probably 2 to 3 years. I have to be honest. I have to keep it a stack. It is what it is. I love Cam, but all Jalen has to do, he gets 2 more Pro Bowls, 1 more All-Pro, and another Super Bowl ring, even if he doesn't win League MVP. If he wins League MVP, there you go. Like, he wins League MVP, that's an All-Pro, that's a first-team All-Pro, that's another Pro Bowl, and he gets a Super Bowl, it's over. It's over. I'm going to be honest. It is over, bro. He will have had a better career. So, that's what I have to say about that, man. And I know some people may disagree, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm also kind of just candid and honest about this. And lastly, guys, third thing on today's docket, who are the best Panthers currently on the roster? So this was sent to me on Twitter, and this comes from the For Panthers Fan Only podcast on Twitter. Shout out to them. If y'all see this, please, hey, man, love y'all. Hope y'all doing a great thing. I know I follow y'all and whatnot. Want to give y'all some love too. But they posted that these are the top 10 players on the Panthers roster as of right now going into 2025. So, you have Derek Brown as number 1, J.C. Horn as number 2, Robert Hunt at 3, Chuba Hubbard at 4, Taylor Moton at 5, Bryce Young at 6, Trayvon Moore at 7, Rico Dowdle at 8, Adam Thielen at 9, and Damian Lewis at 10. Nani? Now I'm going to say this. A lot of those names on that list, I agree with. The positioning, I'm going to switch up. And there's one name I'm taking off that list. There's one name I'm going to take off the list, but I'm going to show y'all how I did this. And I will have my explanation right beside as to why. But I do differ. I do differ in terms of my order a good bit. And I differ in terms of who's where a little bit. But I don't think it's a bad list. I don't think it's a bad list. I don't think it's a bad list. But I don't think it is fully accurate from what I value and what I think. It is their opinion, and I respect their opinion to the fullest. And I also have built my own opinion and my justification. So my top 10, based off this list, goes like this. I got Chuba Hubbard as number 1 because to me he was our most consistent player last year heading into 2025. Derek Brown at 2. He is our defensive force returning from IR. Like nothing that man does needs to be understated. Taylor Moton at 3. I have Taylor Moton at 3. I don't know why Hunt was up there. Taylor Moton is our best lineman. Gave up only 1 sack. And in terms of PFF grade, like Pro Football Focus grades, he is our best lineman. Like I don't get it. J.C. Horn at 4. Perfectly content with that. He's Pro Bowl corner. Had a healthy season. Let's hope it continues. I'm putting Adam Thielen at number 5. And the reason being is because he is our most consistent wide receiver that we have. Regardless of the quarterback we have in there, regardless of anything, Thielen showed up, and he's always showed out. Bryce Young, I got to put QB1 in there. He's at 6. He's building off of the way last season ended. If he continues, it makes sense. Rico Dowdle, I'm moving up. I'm putting him at 7. He's a 1,000-yard rusher, adding to the team, adding to the production. That's what he's looking to do. I'm okay with that. Trayvon Moehrig, I have at 8. He's our strong safety. He's been holding it down over the top, not afraid to come down in the box and hit somebody. Trayvon, I got a lot of faith in you. Damian Lewis, I am moving up to 9 because he's our second best lineman based off PFF grades and everything. And Damian Lewis doesn't get enough love. He doesn't. And lastly, like I said, I took Hunt off the list, and I'm actually going to put Christian Roseboom because this man, if y'all have seen his numbers, this man in his 3 years in LA went from 8 total tackles in 17 games played to 79 total tackles in 17 games played to 135 tackles in 17 games played. This man was hitting his stride and getting better, and he's coming here on that stride, building on that. So, bro, when it's all said and done, that's my top 10. That's who I think are the top 10 Panthers on here. I didn't include T-Mac. I thought about including Jalen Coker. I did really think about that. And a few others. You could have put Scorton, but, you know, sometimes because they're rookies and you haven't seen them play yet, it's up in the air. It's up in the air. That's one thing I did avoid. I didn't put any rookies on here because we haven't seen them play yet. And then when I think about the receiving core, obviously, Leggett and Coker are not beating Thielen. None of the tight ends are beating Thielen. So, y'all see what I'm doing there. But that's my logic, and that's what I got here. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think I got it right, got it wrong, whatever the case may be? Let me know, man. And, guys, we're going to end with it with hearing y'all out because it's time for Panther Nation to speak their truth, man. I love seeing y'all comments and seeing what y'all got. So this week, first comment that comes from Tyler Golden 5624. He said, "That's Tepper's burner account." You need to get the F out of Charlotte. I've never met a single human who said I like David Tepper. I've never met a single human that says I like David. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's funny. That's funny. Next, we got Wayne Denny 402. My man said, "I do agree because Ladd," and he's saying he agrees with Bleacher Report choosing Ladd McConkey over Xavier Leggett if y'all didn't watch the last episode. But he's saying, "I do agree because Ladd is a better route runner, but XL has a higher ceiling because of his size. Just got to cut out those drops. I actually thought we would draft Ladd because he put up great numbers in college in multiple years, where XL only had one good year." You know what? I can see it. I understand it. I see how you got there. Makes perfect sense. And I got a homeboy, he's a Georgia fan. He was telling me about Ladd McConkey, and I knew of Ladd McConkey. I know he was that nice, but I knew he was nice. So I can see where you got there. And then lastly, number 3 comes from Trizzy 2009. My man said, I would take rushing over 200 yards against the Ravens. He's talking about the would you rather I posted on the last video. He said, now, if you said Gamble and Norman, I would have taken that option. The reason why I didn't choose Gamble is because I was trying to pick somebody on the current roster and somebody from the past. So if I went with Gamble, it would have been JC and Gamble over JC and Norman. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to have somebody from the current roster right now and somebody from the past to do that scenario. But y'all let me know, man, because we've reached the end of the video. Guys, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and let me know. This way you're always notified of when you get these videos. Next, comment below and let me know. 1, what do you think about Florio's comment saying that Dave Canellis is on the hot seat for 2025? Do you think he is? Do you think he's not? 2, do you think Jalen Hurts is already better than Cam Newton? Or are you like me and think Jalen Hurts just needs a few more years to probably surpass Cam? And 3, who are your top 10 Panthers on the current roster? Let me know all that in the comment section below, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love to all of you, Panthers Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.